Thinking about buying a Subaru Crosstrek? No, they're very popular. I'm Tom Voelk with Seattle International Auto Show, and I believe the Sport is the sweet spot in the lineup. Subaru owners tend to be happy campers, and Crosstrek is one of the least expensive ways to get into the Subi lifestyle and its symmetrical all-wheel drive. Crosstrek is often Subaru's best-selling vehicle. Historically, it and Outback swap places depending on the year. And there's a good reason why this is popular. For starters, it's affordable, but there are 5 different models, and there are big differences between those. And being a practical, pragmatic Minnesota-raised guy, I believe the Sport occupies the Crosstrek sweet spot. With $1,900 in options, my tester retails for $32,300, including shipping. That is $2,800 more than the premium model, but Sport adds a lot. Larger 18-inch alloy wheels, a windshield wiper deicer, and heated side mirrors for Frostbite Falls residents. Heated seats with upgraded fabric, leather wrapping on the wheel, and wireless charging. You'll spot Sport by its pop of yellow. The cladding is more subdued than the Wilderness model, and that alone might drive people to this version. But here's why buying the Sport is smart: an upgraded engine. The premium roams the road with a 2-liter Boxer 4-cylinder making 152 horsepower. This is a 2.5-liter with 182 horses. I always feel the need to explain that Subaru engines are different in that the pistons don't fire vertically, they punch horizontally, like boxers in the ring. Torque rises from 145 pound-feet to 178. Sport weighs 3,333 pounds. It's a Subaru, so it's equipped with a continuously variable transmission. It's tuned to feel like a traditional tranny down to simulated manual shifts. With decent response, it won't feel as quick as a dual-clutch unit. When running into difficult situations, X mode can tailor the drivetrain response to conditions. As expected, symmetrical all-wheel drive is standard on all Crosstreks, and there's SI drive. Think of it as regular and sport mode. Ground clearance for all Crosstreks is 8.7 inches, though Wilderness adds about a ½ inch. You all know that running a car from 0 to 60 miles an hour is a performance benchmark, and Crosstreks equipped with the 2.5-liter will do that dash in about 8 seconds flat. The max power curve happens at 5,000 RPM. Now, this is fine. Certainly not Porsche 911 turbo territory. The base motor, the 2-liter, does it in 9.5 seconds. So yeah, I think the extra power is worth the extra money. Owners will appreciate this extra oomph when merging with traffic or during cut and thrust maneuvers in urban situations. It doesn't take an enthusiast to recognize this is a good thing. This is the Sport model, but the suspension isn't any different from other Crosstreks other than the Wilderness. I will say though, like all Subarus, it's fun to chuck into corners because the Boxer engine sits deep in the bay. That lowers the center of gravity. Also, the steering weight is about perfect. Not too light, not too heavy, and the suspension, really nicely balanced. Comfortable, but a dash of sport. Also, there's enough ground clearance for tackling rough Forest Service roads. Subaru talks up its safety. It's well rated by both Uncle Sam and the IIHS. Its suite of ADAS technology is dubbed EyeSight. It uses 3 cameras and seems pretty effective, as far as I'm willing to test it. When it comes to efficiency, you might be surprised to find that both the 2 and 2.5-liter Boxer engines get the same EPA fuel economy average, 29 miles per gallon. However, I will say the Wilderness comes in at 26 because it has more off-road oriented tires, a higher ride height, and a different transmission tuning. As far as the cabin goes, it's pretty much deja vu all over again. Subaru uses this faux carbon fiber in many of its vehicles. The grain of the plastics gets a unique look. The atmosphere is conservative in here. Compared to the premium model, Sport adds some flourishes, contrasting stitching, and upgraded cloth. Most of the black plastic gets a matte finish, only a small amount of the shiny stuff. That tends to scratch. The fabric garnish on the seats reminds me of the cloth on my Carhartt jacket. For those that need leather and the option of a Harman Kardon sound system, Cowhide is exclusive to the limited model, priced at around $2,000 more. Subaru's Starlink interface gets a bright, clear screen as large as an iPad with a few welcome hard buttons on the side. Most tasks are done on the screen, though. The layout is intuitive. Owners should get used to it quickly. The Qi charger did a good job of juicing my iPhone 13 Pro. Not all charge pads play nice. This is good because wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay can suck the life force out of a battery. Crosstrek is not a huge vehicle, but the back seat is still usable. I'm 5'9". I have decent headroom, same with knee, leg, and foot room. Let me get out of here and show you this. It's a step. It makes it easier to get to the roof rack. Nice. At this price, I'm not expecting a separate climate zone, but it would be nice to have adjustable vents. There is power for phones, though. This being all-wheel drive, yeah, there's a tunnel for the drive shaft. It's moderate in size. Width-wise, you could get 3 kids back here, but if you're dealing with adults, stop at 2. They'll thank you for that. Crosstrek is not available with a powered tailgate, but come on, this is a $32,000 vehicle with all-wheel drive. That's pretty good value. According to Subaru's website, this security cover that's standard on Sport is not available in the 2 lower models. I'm guessing you could pick one up somewhere. Seats up, the cargo hold measures out at 20 cubic feet. That's decent. It's important that there's more than a repair kit. Physical spares are a must for off-roading. Bag hooks, tie-downs, and a spot for a big water bottle are in the Subaru spirit. It's easy to drop the seat backs since it's not much of a reach in, even for smaller people. Once dropped, there's 55 cubic feet to fill, and if more is needed, there's always a rooftop box. If you check out the Crosstrek lineup, I think you'll find I'm standing on firm ground when I say Sport is the way to go. And if you need to cross sloppy, nasty ground, Subaru is an affordable way to tackle the rough stuff. Check in with your local Subaru dealership for a test drive. I recommend a rainy, sloppy day to appreciate the all-wheel drive grip. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.